everyone, and welcome back to another turn resolution of War in the Pacific, Admiral's Edition. And we're here February 11, 1943, kind of plugging away at the game. Hopefully some good thing. Wow, this is like a long prelude. Okay. So still not much happening. Okay, swordfish. Ooh. Okay. We got a cargo ship with one torpedo that detonated, but now we have issues with. Okay, we should be able to. There we go. We get up underneath the destroyer, the depth charges, and we're okay. Let's see if we can sink the Kotomaru. Not yet, anyway. All right, what you see there is some poor ASW pilots thinking they found some subs, but likely not. And they're heading toward Sydney. Okay, still no cap here over his troops at Pegu. That's fine. We'll keep bombing them. All right, let's see. Okay, he's what is this? Okay, we have. Oh, this is Changsha. Man, I didn't see the base icon, and I was thinking it was just troops somewhere. All right, he's actually hitting our air base there. All right, now this is a ground attack, attacking our ground troops, heading. They may be static here because I do want to block this road, but we're for the most part heading toward Hangzhou there. Okay, more bombing of our poor ground troops. Yeah, we're getting in low and strafing. I think we have some bombs too. Yep, 250-pound bombs. We do destroy. It's very light. I'm just going to kind of keep moving through this. Don't want to give a lot of commentary on something that's going to make almost no impact on the war. That's a bit more of impact right there. That's none. See how the Blenheim's 5s do. Wow. So this is, we're making a dent in his combat capability here. Okay, even starting to knock out some of his tanks. Or, I guess technically it could be a truck. Frankly, the main reason I'm using Dauntlesses here is just to keep hitting it with as many bombs as I can get into these guys. It'll help the war effort. Wow, 48 B-25s coming in coordinated. That's pretty good coordination there. Oh wow, 4 non-combat destroyed at melee. Taking damage with those bombing raids there in the South and Southwest Pacific. Not something I'm happy about. That could convert to ops losses, which on these heavy bombers. Oh, and just damage, repairing damage on these heavy bombers is an ordeal. So I'd rather, for obvious, for lots of reasons, I'd rather not take damage there. This is what it is, right? Okay. See what we can get involved in the afternoon. All right, look at all these subs coming at us there at Ceylon. Wow. Wonder what they're up to. Shouldn't be a danger because we're not really operating out of Colombo at this time. And we've got ASW, Air, and CS that's in the area. Nice, that's pretty effective right here. Oh, look at that. Another vehicle destroyed. By the way, I'm pretty sure this includes some fog of war, those results. So it's quite possible. I mean, it's quite possible we actually didn't destroy any vehicle or whatever other results we've seen. But I think equally possible is the fact that we did more damage than we thought. Okay, spearfish. Oh, surface attack. All right, now it was really fast, but I think it was the spearfish avoided contact with this ship earlier, opted not to fire, and now we surface and fire with deck guns. Oh, we got hit. All right, so the spearfish is pretty much destroying this. I mean, with 13 shell hits plus a torpedo, and it's a light cargo ship. Let's see. Yeah, we can hear it sinking. Probably the reason there's 2 task forces there south of Japan is because one was the cargo ship we hit. It broke off, and it's probably going to try to make it back to port. So you can see that here. Hopefully Hopefully it doesn't. Maybe we sink it or something before it gets there. Let's see how this goes. 1-1. He's fatigued because he's overworking his troops. But we have our own issues. So here we go. Very similar casualties you can see here. Um, I can't believe we're holding out against a tank division though. All right. Usual bombardment. Ooh, potentially knocked out again. Counter battery there. Alright, so I'm trying to eject these guys from our island, but let's see how we do. Oh man, sturdy. Okay, we do destroy some non-combat elements, but we'll see. Now it's our turn to bombard. Oh, I guess we already bombarded the other parts of Rangoon. I mean Rangoon, Burma. And that's it. We're just going to jump into the 12th. I'm not going to really cover any of the action because not really much happening. But yeah, a couple of promotions. Great. Good job, boys. Okay, we're back here on February 12th, 1943. I gotta say, we're in the night phase here. I gotta say, I'm not missing those nightly bombardments at Rangoon. Oh, wow. Look at that. That cargo ship just shot up toward Japan. So I guess maybe it survives. Oh, well. All right. We got some Mohawks on nightcap flying over Tongyi. Let's see how we do. I'm going to assume we're not going to get much out of this. So there's 7. Let's skip it. Okay, all 7 make it, but the weather plus the weather's a factor, moonlight's a factor, and maybe our fighters kind of dispersed his bombers. Looks like he's coming with a second wave. See if we can shoot any down this time. But here again, it's night. It's not really compelling air action there. Apparently, I have poor flak here, so. I noticed he was flying extended range though. So he only was carrying 250 pound, no, sorry, 250 kilogram bombs. Ooh, he's got some ASW air up there in northern Japan. Well, good for him. Hmm, kind of quiet so far. I guess this is the beginning part where recon and naval search. Suddenly a bit concerned.
My Burma sweeps didn't go. Now he hasn't been flying cap. If he does now, it'll be a first, but man, I could get shredded. We'll see how that goes. Just wait, wait and see. No, don't stress too much just yet. Okay, so he's really damaging me here, but I gotta keep pushing. I guess technically I don't gotta, but hey, it's what I'm doing now. It's my new MO. All right, so we're really starting to pick off these guys. This company probably doesn't have much fight left in it, but our troops are slowly. It's going to take them 2 weeks to cross for the mountains, so these guys might be destroyed by the time we get there. Okay, so that's a good thing. I'm bombing Rangoon, the airfield, and no cab. So phew, I was nervous there, but even with the thunderstorms, we're getting really solid hits. Man, that's precarious. That makes me nervous. Nice supply hits. Yeah, that airfield should be just utterly trashed. Ooh, Babs, nice. Okay, so we saw a little airfield icon, which led me to believe there was some air air units here. If I can destroy these Babs, that's less likely for him to recon our stuff. So I am not going to complain. Another Babs. Well, as you know, this is my next target, so we're softening it up. Um, yeah, this is extended range. I guess I didn't think about that. We won't have B-17Es for much longer anyway, but that's good to make a note of. These should not be extended. Correct. Um, yeah. I don't know that we knocked out all of his babs, but we certainly are not hitting anymore. Um, well, looks like the afternoon we had some cancellations. I think for the most part, those cancellations we saw were the reconnaissance over some of these areas. Yeah, I was noticing we were doing some spotting of subs over south of Ceylon, but no bombings of them. I'm a bit disappointed, to be frank. Well, I mean, I don't know how many experts I have flying over there though either. So let's see. We've got maybe even odds. Yeah, not too bad. Okay, so he brought in more stuff possibly. In any case, we do have we should be okay. He bombarded us, took some damage. Even if he attacks, we're gonna have. I think this is times three. That shouldn't fold, at least not for some time. And we've got this whole road, so we can get supplies all the way down to the troops there. Um, okay, now here's a bit different story. We took some damage there. All right. Of course, he's going to deliberate attack. I think from now on it's going to be maybe 2-1 already, but it's going to go quick now. Oh, 1-2. Okay. Even with no supply, what is it? Terrain, but our experience is poor. Maybe he's pushing his troops a bit too hard and not resting enough. Because yet yesterday he had fatigue, but it doesn't look like he does anymore, and plus he does get the better of us. All right. It's got to be burning up supply though, because he's also going to have to repair some of those damaged devices. All right, Tungu bombardment. All right, with some effect. Okay, north of Rangoon. Okay, just about 1-1. A similar ratio for damage. Let's see. Oh, I forgot to take that. Do a normal attack. Destroyed. Okay. So we pushed him out. He probably did not anticipate we had a full battalion here. His SNLF came in. Actually, it looks like just an element of SNLF. Maybe he was able to evacuate some and get back away, or just didn't unload all of it. But we finish off what was here. Um, yeah, it's possible, and maybe with airlift he got some of it out because it looks like I don't know. All right. Yeah, I guess we're bombarding. I think I'm pretty much bombarding everywhere except for this hex here, where we really don't have any artillery to speak of. I don't want to just waste supplies lobbing mortar shells or something, and possibly uh, inflict or take incur more losses on counter batteries simply because he's going to probably have better artillery than us there. Okay, let's see what we got. Right. Okay, let's look at our ops report for February 12. And as I suspected, February 11 was uneventful as well. So skipping any of that details, you didn't miss anything. But yeah, we're getting spotted up there in the Sea of what is it? Sea of Okhotsk. Um, but let's I mean you can review this. There's feel free to pause and look at it at your leisure. But this is what I'm talking about. We spotted some subs down there south of Ceylon. We also saw some um, Japanese aircraft flying around. Not in Ceylon or anything. Okay, but yeah, Kagala, yeah. Oh well. But what did I just see before this? Well, all right. Expand ports. We do have an isolated Chinese core. We got a destroyer upgrading. Okay, so the 43rd Infantry, the C Regiment, some devices have been upgraded. I'd like to get all of them upgraded right and boarding the ships and getting out of there. So hopefully I think the B1 remains to upgrade. Got an LST and a couple of cargo ships. Okay. And then briefly look at this. We take 5 ops losses. He takes a total of 8 aircraft, 5 on the field. Let's see. They should maybe they're all Babs, but all 5. Yes. So he certainly probably won't be using WeWhack anymore, at least for some time. 1 Helen, 1 Ann, and 1 Sally. And then for us, 2 Hurricane, 2 Seas. We're flying some aggressive escorts over our tanks in north of Pegu, but then we got Catalina. That may be what that is. We even lost a B-24. Not ideal. 1 killed. That's unfortunate. Ship sunk. Last turn. Yeah, I don't understand these sub reports because Musou Island, because I'm not sure how realistic it is. And every time I see a sunk sub, it doesn't take long before I'm told. I mean, it can take long, but eventually I'm told, "Oh, by the way, that wasn't sunk after all." So I don't know what to make of some of these. They have pretty good speed, by the way. This IBO um, Muso Moose. I don't know. By the way, we can look at last month, like we do. Yeah, I don't know about that other cargo ship, but okay. I feel like I want to look this up. Let's get all bases and see if we can find it. Okay, 105, 120. Okay, it's possible. We have some LB-30s flying ASW up here, and maybe we hit it somewhere, and on its way back, it sank in this area. Okay, sorry about that. I got cut off. Yeah, while I was in the middle of explaining something or discussing something. But to get back on track, wrong thing. Sorry about that. So what we were looking at is this says 104, 120. Okay, so it doesn't necessarily mean it was on this hex, but in fact, in this case, it was right here. So it's possible we hit it somewhere in the Bismarck Sea and on its way out, it sank. I I'm not going to put any money on that because the way these things work, like I said, we're going to find out, I'm sure, at some point that I-177 is, in fact, the I-177, if I remember correctly, was that lucky sub that we hit several times. Suppose we were reported to have hit it several times, and it kept surviving. So, hey, I hope we sink it, but I'm not gonna count on it. But here we have, we've got our tank lift, if we could call it that. He arrived here just this turn. We'll pick up the tanks. Our amphibious invasion is almost there, but we need at least a turn to pick up the tanks anyway. And then we'll head up to Millie. Let's do this. Let's make our push. We'll have some escort carriers covering and a battleship group. Actually, this is destroyers and stuff, but we will have bombardment groups somewhere in here. Oh, it's sitting here. I may send it like, because from here I think it can get there in one day, but maybe just to make sure I should launch it from Macon. And that's fine. I can just shift it over and it'll just need I think, a turn. Well, let's take a look. I mean, technically, this is kind of slow. If I set it to bombard from Macon, will that? I'll just try it. We'll see. Um, it'll be an interesting way to test. Our LSTs and LCIs are coming. They're taking a long time to get here, but I'll probably still pick up the tanks, maybe use them at Malloy Lap or something. These Shermans are parked here, and that'd be kind of cool to use them. All right, moving west. Um, this should happen in the next probably, well, I want to say 2 weeks, but I can't guarantee anything, and I feel like things aren't moving as fast as I'd like for this operation. And same with lay, but part of the reason I'm okay with waiting a little bit is because, like I said earlier, I'm not sure where KB is. I thought it was coming to this area, but it looks like I was wrong. Maybe the Oilers are to bring in um, fuel for some of these bases, maybe even for Rabal or other parts. But we sank one, and maybe they retreated. I don't know, but we'll see. Knowing my opponent, I doubt he retreated. He doesn't like to do that. He likes to push, push, push. Um, I mean, you really have to get him to change his mind, which I like. I mean, I like that he doesn't cave. It's good. It requires me to try to equal his stubbornness, equal or exceed. All right, so yeah, we have some things going in this area, but I'm okay with having a 2 week delay. Like if we launch on March 1, I won't be sad. When I say launch, I mean literally hit the beaches. But we'll see. And I'll keep you posted. Okay, and I probably rambled too much about the same old with no real action. But going back to these bases, I kind of wanted a couple things. Let me quickly, I'll try to be quick. Let me hover over these. Just I was asked how many troops the Japanese have or what composition. I don't rightly recall. He may have naval guards here. Um, but you can see the size of what he has here. This one I may let sit because I don't need that port. I don't need a port just for a port's sake. I mean, this one can be built to the same port level and I can have pretty good air capacity. This one already has the air capacity I want, plus a port level, so that's a good base also. And then I could just push on The what he has here is similar. All these bases are similar strength. What you? I don't know if that has a special way to pronounce it. Even Kwajalein, this may be two naval guards. I don't know. And I don't know what kind of fortifications he has here as well. But up here, this Eniwetok is definitely a bit more built up. Probably a lot of Mavises, just a guess, or maybe Topsies. But because he could get supplies in here probably easiest, and then pair drop supplies in some of these bases. But let me just tell you, I paradrop. It's hardly moves anything. It's like extremely insignificant. But here we go. That's kind of the situation here. And I don't know. Okay, an AK and an AS. I can't reach that yet. I can come very close. Okay, so I can't. Well, let me make sure. Yeah, 21. I can't get there with B-24s. The D1s, 20, even shorter range. The LB-30 has 24, but it would still be extended range, which would probably do no damage. Be nice to do a night raid and hit that port, but it's also likely that a night raid would have zero effect on a port. I mean, ports are hard to hit anyway. Okay, but yeah, we kind of talked through this. Um, But you can see actually lay. Wow, that's already repaired. I need to hit it again because I'm not ready to invade. I want to keep him from building up fortifications. Um, but anyway, the point I'm making here is these bases are pretty well kept, severely damaged. And up to Burma, our favorite area of operations, right? Um, Trying to reinforce this with more because I only have like, look at this paltry level of engineers, and I really need to get more in here to be successful to build this up like I want. I want to make it some, give it support level and airfield levels. Just make it a decent base here. And I do have to that end, I have more engineers coming to Ramrey Island. And you've been seeing the bombings, and I've done significant damage to the airfield here. I'm going to shift back to bombing the ground troops here, I think, because the airfield is still pretty badly damaged. But I'm going to go around the map first and make sure see, look at that. And to Tungu, he could bring aircraft, but that's probably the only place that. But I would just destroy that, and he doesn't want to lose all of his aircraft. But I might hit Mole Mine one more time. It looks like our recons aren't being very effective, and then we can focus on these ground units again. All right, moving east to. Um, oh, and just an update. It's giving an update every couple of days. It kind of seems pointless because these roads are so bad. But our Australian division is now here. It's got a long ways to go to get around to where we really want it to be in that area somewhere. All right, we can see he has air units here supposedly, and so I kind of want to come back to Aichang and hit that. Now, is that foolhardy? Probably. But do I have anything else to do? Not really. With our Chinese air units, that is. Shanghai. Okay. That would be a nice target, but I feel like I have to take Hangzhou first. And it looks like he's going to block me here, which is okay, I think, because if I get into this hex and can occupy him a little bit. At least he won't reinforce Hang Chow. All right, so he got to this X before we did, or he was already there maybe. And so we'll have to shift to combat mode and defeat this unit. Uh, well, yeah, one. Knock him back, which is unfortunate because it'll put him in Hang Chow, but we in a weakened state. And the more weakened these troops are, the more he has to use burn supplies to reinforce them, build them up. Um, and some of these guys that are staying back to hold important crossroads, I think I'm going to push them up a bit too. Maybe say here to make sure he doesn't come this way. But I could also just drive him right on into Shaohing. I don't know. Anyway, things are again, and this is similar to the Burma thing. Not a lot to talk about turn by turn, but it's certainly has a lot of potential to be very interesting. His troops here just disappeared, so I'm gonna have to think about what to do with this. I may even chase him down. I don't know. It'd be interesting. See where he came from and try to occupy one of these bases down here. Like this, if this has air units but not much defending it, we could take it. See, it's clear. Both these are clear, so be easy to take. I mean, depending on what he has holding it, these may be easy to take. Keyword may. Okay, but the North is, as always, a different story. He finally brought in some, he finally started a bombardment here and stopped this one. He's trying to destroy these guys, which is fine. They'll come back more powerful than, at first. I think this guy is doing a feint and moving, but pretending to move. And yeah, he's probably trying to eliminate this, and then he'll start moving. He'll move even more troops up this road. I can't. I don't know what to do about that. Now, I guess I could try to call up some troops and head north and try to cut him off at some point. And when I say cut him off, it could be literally cut him off, or it could be like arrive at Hami and hold it, or arrive at Quchuan. But if he destroys these and they come back, I could march them up into Lanchow, at least hold it so he can't march back down and destroy us here. But this may be very important to hold because of the oil and fuel and things. Man, I don't know. All right, I gotta think about that and see if I can spare some troops to head up. Maybe just pull some of these guys. Because I've got 2,700 AV here. Start marching like a few hundred AV. I don't know what all these add up to. A division or two, maybe? I don't know. Well, I'm gonna wrap that up. Wrap this video up. But thanks for joining me, and I will be back for February 13, and we'll see as we continue on. Take care, everyone. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.